Welcome to TJ Walker Interactive. This is our live question and answer session. TJ, our first question comes from Answers.com, and it's from Sally. It's about sales presentations. She's going to make a sales presentation to a client, and she knows that there will be other people after her during this sales presentation, sales pitch. She wants to know, are there any disadvantages to going first when you know that there are other people coming after you?
I frankly think people waste a lot of time worrying about order. All things being equal, yes, I would rather go first. My second choice would be going last. I don't want to get lost in the middle. But here's the thing, if you are really fantastic, incredibly memorable, and if you really convince your prospects on the benefits you have for them, it's not going to matter what your order is. Rather than fixating on things you can't necessarily control, make sure you're really understandable and memorable. I've seen countless sales presentations where the person stands up, lists a whole bunch of boring facts, numbers, data dumping, bullet points. Make sure your presentation is interesting and memorable, and that it's good, and that you're really interactive and engaging. Yeah, if you have a choice, go first, but if not, don't worry about it. You have bigger worries, like, are you interesting and memorable? Mike?
Our next question coming from Kenneth, and it's about making a speech in front of a community board about a park project that he is really passionate about. Not having a lot of time, he wants to know how to convey that emotion without showing too much emotion. He's very passionate about it. He's a little bit afraid that he may go off on a tangent.
Well, number one, don't read. You won't sound passionate at all if you read. So don't read. If you're worried about going off on a tangent, though, I would have an outline, a simple 3x5 card or sheet of paper to keep yourself focused. Emotion can be good if it seems genuine and if it's placed in the right place. But the people you're speaking to are most likely volunteers, or they are very lowly paid. So don't be attacking them and trashing their motives. You don't know what their motives are. Don't assume negative motives on the part of these officials. Instead, just talk about why this project is so important to you and what will mean not just to you, but the rest of the community, and you should be in good shape. Good luck.
Final question from Wiki Answers, and this one is from Jameer. Seeing everything that's going on in Egypt, all the chaos and all the government leaders that are being called out on the carpet, wants to know how important is being a good political communicator, and who are some of the role models?
Well, if you're going to be in politics for a long time, being a great communicator is essential. You look at the masters of the last 20 years or so, the names that come to mind for me, Tony Blair, Bill Clinton, Ronald Reagan, if you want to go back a little bit further. What is a little different in what we're seeing around the world right now is you're seeing essentially dictators falling, where you don't have to be a great communicator if you're a dictator, if you control with an iron grip a whole country, and if you control the broadcast stations and the communications apparatus. Now, what is happening to dictators is that they're finding that just controlling the newspapers and the television station isn't enough. Now that there's an internet, blog, tweets, so they are losing their grip, and it is bad news for dictators. But Iran has been a little different. They're using the internet, they're using Twitter and all those devices to go after dissidents and to go after their enemies. So it can cut both ways. Technology is not necessarily the answer to create more democracy everywhere, but in general, it is making it harder for dictatorships. But if you want to be a good leader, it doesn't matter if you want to lead a country, a company, or just your homeroom, learn how to speak effectively. I'm TJ Walker. Thanks for joining us. You can always type in your questions right here, and if we don't get to them live, we'll answer them tomorrow. If you're coming to us on YouTube or tjwalker.com, we welcome all questions on anything to do with speaking, communications, and speaking to the media. See you tomorrow.